Yo guys, what is going on? Skynet here, and we are back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to be doing something a bit interesting here and something I've been curious about, and I'm sure a lot of people have been curious about as well, which is seeing if the A-tier GT duo stack up in the current day meta. Now obviously, if you're on the JP side of things like myself, the A-tier duo has been out for a bit over a year now. Obviously global, you guys haven't had a chance to enjoy the 9th year's anniversary, but it is right around the corner for you guys, and hopefully a lot of you guys have saved up stones because the whole thing is going to be obviously a banger if you guys aren't already familiar with what's going to be coming in, which is going to be Beast Gohan, Gogeta, Broly, Gammon 1 and 2. The EZAs are going to be cracked, the events and everything are going to be insane. It's just going to be a fun time obviously, so hopefully you guys are prepared for that. But in any case, I do kind of want to see for myself, and I kind of want to see in general, right, you know, how good the 8th year GT duo stack up. So I'm going to be doing, and you probably already see it by the thumbnail or the video, but I'm going to be taking them into the new movie Boss Rush and seeing how they measure up with what I would say is relatively new difficult content. Now, as you can see here, that's actually not the team I'm going to be taking, but as you can see, I have two variants I'm going to be taking here. This one is actually the easier variant, or the better variant, I guess if you want to call it that. This is going to be the harder variant. I actually misordered them, so that was a bit of a mistake on my part. But in any case, as you see here, we do have, again, that 8th year GT duo. They're going to be leading Power Wishes here, and then the second part is going to be Battle of Fate. I'm going to be using those two categories, obviously, with this entire team, and I'm going to be trying to see if I can actually beat this event. I have no clue if it's going to work. I have not had a chance to really kind of work it through, and I actually made a mistake, and you might be saying, well, actually you just cleared it. I actually did not. I actually just made the team and I forgot to fix that, so that was a bit of an error on my part. But in any case, you know, so this is going to be the team I'm running. Again, along with that GT duo, we're going to have their counterpart, which is the 8th year Z duo, just another unit that stacks, and I would say is a kind of a fair kind of linking partner with them. Tech Orange Piccolo, who's, I would say, still a decent unit, obviously not as good as he was back on release, but still nice to have. AGL LR Gohan, one of the OGs for me. I think I actually started playing on this account particularly because I had an account before, but I lost it. But I started this account when that 2019 Worldwide Celebration started, so AGL LR Gohan, he's the OG. I mean, comment down below, you know, who's your favorite character in Dragon Ball. For me, AGL, you know, not AGL, the Teen Gohan is one of, if not my favorite characters. I would say, obviously by the profile pic, I mean, Super Saiyan Goku's also up there for me, man. I think he's actually above Gohan, but both of them, man, they're just iconic characters, and they're just goats as far as I'm concerned. We also do have the 8th year Saiyan Day God Goku, and then finally we have Tanabata Goku. That's just going to be the kind of team basis here. Obviously the starting one. What's most likely going to happen is I'm probably going to get my ass kicked, but if that happens, or regardless of whether that happens or not, we're just going to be taking them first, and then afterwards we'll take a bit of a better variant, but I'll explain the better variant as I go ahead and reach that point in the video. Obviously I will have the kind of chapter layout here, so that way we can kind of, or at least you guys can be able to skip ahead and see how that better variant does in this event. Other than that though, let's just see what we can do here. Now I do have the information for me, and I'm actually going to put Tanabata Goku in the front here because he does. Actually, no, I'm going to put Tanabata on the second part here because he does need to take more hits. The thing about the GT duo is they are a fairly old unit, right? I said earlier at the vid that they are a bit over a year old as far as the JP side of things is concerned. I think global wise, you guys are. It's not a year old yet, but obviously you're getting closer to the 9th year anniversary. Once that really hits in terms of the meta shifting and everything, you're going to feel that gap in terms of the differences between the 8th year and 9th year anniversary units. So I am curious to see what they are going to do. I do have, again, their kit pulled up because I have to refamiliarize with myself with some things that they do. I remember a great deal of their kit because they were just one of my favorite units, and one of the units I use most often in the entire 8th year kind of period of Dokkan. In my case, I do have them at link level 10, I believe. At least I'm pretty sure I have, I do have them at link level 10. I was almost certain that I had it, but sometimes you kind of forget what you have here. What I'm going to do, and so the thing is actually mine is also at 16, or not 69%, mine's 55%, so I'm actually going to float mine off because I'd rather use the better version, which is the rainbow one, obviously from the friend here. And we're going to see what we can do here. Now, I forgot to mention that because I didn't even notice it, but we actually took a severe amount of damage. And that's not a good start because obviously we're on the first phase. So the movie boss rush, I guess, or the movie like kind of red zone movie boss rush here, it has a bunch of units. Obviously it goes from Turles, and if I remember correctly, I should actually have had that pulled up, and maybe I can just real quick find that as I'm doing it. But you know, if we're talking about the event itself, it starts off with Turles, of course, then it finds its way to Lord Slug and just kind of obviously goes through the move unit. So it goes from Turles to Slug, and then from there, I believe next one is gonna be, I'm actually blanking, I don't know why I'm blanking, I believe it's Cooler afterwards. It should be Cooler, and then Android 13 and then Bojack, and then it should be Janemba, who has a potential to hit his like kind of rage phase, similar to like Beerus if you ever did Beerus's Dokkan event. And then we ended off, or not kick it off, but we ended off with oh my god, that was embarrassing. Okay, you know what? We do have 4 attempts, thankfully, so we're just gonna say that's the mulligan. That's gonna be a mulligan there. Oh, that's embarrassing. You can actually see the unit. You can see now the team that I actually did beat it with, but. Okay, that's going to be the mulligan. We're going to pretend that never happened, alright? We're just going to pretend that did not happen whatsoever here. And actually what I need to do is I need to actually sort out, based on power of wishes, so that I can actually find this 8th year GT lead. Obviously, the 8th years, they're not that good anymore. It just goes without saying, I feel like. And I mean, I don't think anyone is going to be expecting them to be the best units in the game, especially after, JP got given for the 9th year, and obviously Global's going to have it soon, but, being given Beast Gohan, Gamma 1 and 2, the Super Broly Gogeta, and the Super Broly LR Broly. I mean, these kind of units are just elite units in terms of hype and whatnot. And obviously, with that being said, like, it also makes sense that Dokkan would make sure their kits are also elite as well. So I don't think anyone's expecting the 8th years, myself included. I didn't expect the 8th years to perform really, but I will say I'm kind of mixed. I have a mixed feeling, I guess, in the sense of how I like the meta shift. On one side, I'm kind of glad that it's difficult content. It kind of pushes the boundaries of how hard content can be and how good your units have to be. On the flip side, though, I'm like, I have all these units. Not a lot of them are rainbowed, by the way, so it's like, I don't necessarily have them at peak potential, and now you're telling me that they can't do diddly squat anyways. So it's all kind of frustrating, I guess, in that sense. But at the same time, I'm not too really concerned about it. I think it's actually perfectly fine. I think it's fun as well. Just kind of seeing sometimes, where these kind of views can stack up. Alright, so we're going to put... Yeah, I mean, we kind of have to put... Let me just check how the links are looking here. So we do have 5... Or 1, 2... I miscounted there. We do have 5 links. They're active for the Z Duo, which obviously means 5 links for also the GT Duos as well. Turles being an actual pain in my ass, he's gonna super here. Are we gonna be dead? We are so close to dead, is not even funny. And unfortunately, the thing about GT Duo in particular, and why they were considered, I would say, back then on release, better than the Z Duo and immediately, was because the thing about them is when they do super attacks, they are able to increase how much damage reduction they have. So the thing about their kit, there's a lot of things about them. They're stacking unit when it comes to attack. They don't actually stack on their defense, though, unfortunately. The Z Duo, in contrast, they do stack defense, but they only get greatly raised attack and stuff for 1 turn, so it's kind of a flip-flop there between the GT Duo and the Z Duo. The GT Duo, the thing about them is, same thing with the Z Duo, really. They both have better defense when they're in the first slot. Blah. And then, second and third slot, they're better as attackers. Do I want to put... I actually am going to keep Tanabata Goku in the back here, because I'm actually scared for my life right now, which is, again, really embarrassing, because we're facing Turles. We're not even at the second phase yet. But, the thing again, the GT Duo, the Z Duo, both of them actually, but the GT Duo, because we're focusing on them, they do get better attack potential on the second and third slots. They have a chance to kind of increase their attack power as a whole, and they actually have greater key per sphere obtained when they're on the second and third slot. First slot, I think it's just +1 per key sphere in the first slot, and for the second and third, it's like +2 per key sphere. So it's kind of hard. I've always actually been someone who's struggled, I guess, with having the perfect kind of placement for them. The thing about them is they're built in a way where you can put them in all those positions and have some benefit to them. So I mean, I don't think there's any real particularly wrong choice. But, that goes without... That just has to go be mentioned, I guess. Aside from that, though, again, the thing I was mentioning earlier, and I was really annoyed when Turles supered them and stunned them, is the fact that when they do super attacks, for each one they do, they're getting additional damage reduction. So they get up to... It's 50%, so each one does 10%, so they have to do 5 supers to get their max damage reduction and pretty much get themselves built up as far as their passive is concerned on that side of things. I really don't want to use the standbys here. But also... Okay... I'm gonna make a... I wanted to put the GT Duo in front, but they didn't get any supers. That's a big problem. So, because they didn't get any supers, they don't have any damage reduction built up here. Or I think they did get 1 or 2 actually in the beginning one, but they didn't get any in the last time they went around. So, actually no, they were on turn 2, weren't they? Yeah, they were on turn 2, I'm tripping. So, turn 2, that means, they ain't getting no damage reduction built up, nothing. So, that sucks. That really does suck. Z Duo, actually, I did not want them to be the showcase unit. I actually was hoping to save them for a different vid or something like that. but let him cook, you know what I'm saying? You know, actually, I will say, I think a lot of people agree with me on this, but the Z Duo, man, the animations from the Z Duo compared to the GT Duo, I don't want to say it's like a 9-day difference, but low-key it does feel like it's a freaking night-to-day difference. Like, I don't know how they managed to make the Z Duo look so cracked, animations-wise. Oh my god, Goku's about to get out. Oh, Goku, oh my god. Goku actually came through there. Okay. The thing, again, like I was saying, the Z Duo, how did you... If you're the devs, like, how did you manage to make the Z Duo look so cracked animations-wise, but the freaking GT Duo looks bleh in comparison? And I'm not saying the GT Duo looks bad. They actually look pretty good. I am, like, if we're looking at the 18 here, I am a fan of how, like, you have the Vegeta kind of doing 18's thing against Super 17. They have that kind of mirrored there. Obviously, I do like some of the animations and the still shots there, and the frames and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not the only one who thinks this. The Z Duo animations just look more fire. Obviously, the standbys for both of them look insanely good, but you know, I don't know. I just love the Z Duo more. But you know, obviously, this is not about them. This is about the GT Duo. So we're gonna see what they can cook, what they can do rather. Piccolo, of course, you know, he's gonna be trying to do his thing. I hope we're not gonna get sold as early as we did. Oh, we got the stun. Nice, actually. I forgot that Piccolo can stun there. So that's yeah, I think it's on his 12. He is the only time he can stun. Tanabata Goku, we have to get him up to full power. Like, there's no question about that. I believe he doesn't link well. The really annoying thing about this GT Goku and Vegeta the 8th year for me is that their best linking partner is the Z Duo, not the Tanabata Goku. Not even like the 7th year anniversary GT Duo. So it's like, that really doesn't make sense to me. I always thought, you know, the GT Duo, when they first came out, I was like, oh man, this is gonna link perfect with the 7th years. And then when Tanabata Goku, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna link perfect with him. That just didn't pan out, so it is annoying. Obviously, you know, I don't think, you know, if they're gonna get their EZA fairly well down the line. Obviously, you know, we're still in 9th year. We don't get the 7th year EZAs until 10th year anniversary, and so that means we're not going to be getting these guys their EZA until 2 years from now, pretty much. So it's going to be wild to see what can be done to make them better. But I am curious by then also, I guess, what sort of additional meta shifts we're going to have. Obviously, you know, 9th year, we got crap ton of stuff, man. You know, I did mention earlier, you know, Beast Gohan, Gamma 1 and 2, Gogeta, Broly, global players. If you're watching this, you know, if you're watching this and you're wondering who of those 4 are the best units, and obviously, you know, you probably have seen so many vids on it because so many people are talking about on the global and JP sides, you know, how good the anniversary is, who to save for, all this sort of stuff. Beast Gohan, I think through and through the best unit to go for. Broly, I would say, is really good, but I don't think he's that great. I would say actually it would be, for me personally, if I had to be kind of critical, I guess, of where my opinion is, I actually should have gone 3 orbs there. That was a bit of a throw there on my part, but we should be okay. We should get the kill, I think. If I have to be critical in terms of how I rank them, I would say Beast is through and through the best one. And then I would say followed by them is Gogeta. And then from Gogeta, I would then say Gamma 1 and 2, and then Broly. I know people are saying Broly is better, and I actually do think Broly individually is better, but I forget who, I think it was Minato, I think, who said... Yeah, Minato, because Minato, at the time we're making the recording, you know, Minato, one of the many kind of Twitter users who were doing, like, their hot take Dokkan threads and all that stuff. And so, I forget exactly when he made that point, but he was making the point about how superclass units and those teams are just much better to summon for if you're trying to be efficient, if you're trying to be an effective player, you know, as opposed to just summoning for extreme units and whatnot. And to a fair degree, he is absolutely right. I mean, the fact of the matter is, for better or worse, the game really does prioritize, or if, like, you had to, like, say, like, the game has a favorite child between the super and extreme class kind of units and the teams and whatnot, it's definitely the super class. The super class is by far the favorite child, or the golden child, as far as the devs are concerned and as far as the game is concerned. Obviously, the better units are there. I mean, it makes sense. You got Gokus and Vegetas and Gohans and Trunkses and Piccolos, obviously. You got the Gammas, who are part of the super class side of things. You even got, I believe, AGL Bardock, for example, who Bardock... As far as the OG, like, the Z movies are concerned, I wouldn't say Bardock was a nice guy. He was kind of a hater. Bardock was an asshole. Bardock was a bully, man. But I don't know, AGL Bardock, you know, when he finally transformed Super Saiyan in that special that they did for the Bardock movie there, I mean, they made him superclass. So, you know, superclass they just eat well compared to extreme class. And Broly, despite how good he is, he still falls under that extreme class limitation. It just is what it is. So, again, if I had to put that ranking, Beast first, Gogeta second, Gamma 1 and 2 third, and then Broly probably fourth. That being said, all 4 units absolutely are cracked. If you have a chance to pull them all, go for it. And I actually tried myself. I unfortunately only got 1 of the 4, which is insanely embarrassing. And even though the Gogeta banner was like so fire for me, like in terms of what I pulled, I finally got like the Sword Up Trunkses and the 8th year part 2, like the LR Dragon Ball Z Kid Gohan and stuff. I got those units, but it just didn't. It was not a great anniversary in terms of pulling the new Premier units. So yeah, what it's like I'm saying it is what it is. We make do with what we can get, but 9th anniversary, especially if you're on global, right? Obviously, you're going to get soon. Be ready for that. Like, I know people have been talking about summoning for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Hirudegarn. I get it. I actually really love Dragon Fist as a moment for Goku. It's just so badass. And obviously, if you're looking at Wrath of the Dragon, which is one of my favorite movies, I would say, especially like towards the end, obviously. And a lot of DBZ movies, the thing about them is they may have some weak parts to them, but they always have 1 or 2 banger fights that just capture you and draw you in. And those are the things that people will search up on YouTube. Those are the things that people are talking about on Twitter and other social media, or I guess not Twitter but X, but they're talking about that on socials. You have people maybe doing podcasts and they're reviewing these movies and they're talking about those moments and those fights. So Wrath of the Dragon's no exception. Like, yeah, there were some weak parts, I guess, in the beginning, and like it was just kind of weird, I guess, like different vibe, I guess, but it wasn't that bad. I still enjoyed it, and all things considered, I will say, like, even aside from that, like, obviously the end fight was so awesome, and Dragon Fist is a part of that, so, all in all, it's just really good. I forgot the Goku's full power. I'm actually gonna keep, I'm gonna trust. Yeah, I'm going to trust GT Goku. Like, so again, GT Goku, he actually does have 4 links. So, he does have some linkage with the 8th years. I'm actually glad for that, because I'm not going to lie, I was going to be a bit heated if he wasn't getting a bit of power in his kind of corner there, considering they're both GT units. 11 mil, I'm not too happy with 11 mil, considering I know what damage 9th year units can do. But to be fair, mine's like, I'm almost certain, I have to double check now, because it's been a minute, but mine should be a 55%. I did summon on the same day Vegeta banner, but as I recall, it was for the Vegeta, of course, but any dupes I got for like the Tanabai and stuff, I'll take it as well. I just didn't get any dupes on Tanabai. I did get like 2 dupes on God Goku though, so I'll take those, obviously. GT Duo should be, turn 10, both of them should be built up. We're actually making a lot of further progress than I gave credit for earlier, because obviously the first go around, we got mollywopped by Turles. I swear Turles just had a vendetta. Like, he knew I was trying to record something, and he did not want me to enjoy life right now. But obviously that did not matter, because we finally got through him, and we're moving forward in an upward direction, right? So onward and upward type of thing. But alright, Gohan, Cook. Gohan, Gohan does not. I was gonna say, Gohan, do you hate androids? But Gohan doesn't really hate androids. Or, not this Gohan, future Gohan hates the shit out of androids. But really, more so even than Gohan, I would say, is Trunks. Trunks, like, actually, I don't even know. Like, that's an interesting kind of question, I guess, is like, is future Gohan a bigger hater of androids, or is Trunks? Because low-key, Gohan had to deal with androids more than Trunks did in a certain, like, kind of perspective. Like, if you think about it, Gohan had to watch his entire, like, friend group just be destroyed by the androids, right? Trunks only had to watch, really, Gohan be destroyed by the androids, and then he had to live in the world that the androids are kind of already in control of. But Gohan had to live in that world too, and he also lost his friend group and his family and friends and all that stuff, like Krillin and all them, Piccolo, of course, Vegeta, even though I guess he and Vegeta probably didn't get along that well at the time, but losing all your boys like that, and then you still have to live in the world knowing you're the last hope other than Trunks, and like you can't do shit, like Gohan must have hated androids far more, like, for real. Which is crazy, because if you look at it, Trunks, man, Trunks was on demon timing when he came into Android Saga. Bro did not care what kind of android he saw. As long as it was someone with the red ribbon tag, he was ready to whoop ass. And he got his ass whooped, but that didn't change the fact that it was on sight for him when he saw anyone with a red ribbon logo. Alright, Z-Duo, they're doing... Okay, Z-Duo is doing their thing. Obviously, they're not getting attacked, so, the big damage is not going to be there. Bigger thing for them, obviously, just stacking defense. And I really do need that, because the good thing about the boss rush itself is it can be quite lengthy, right? So, the more stacking we can get on certain units, the better. So, like, LR Gohan, he can stack, the the Z duo, they can stack defense. That's really nice. Goku can stack attack and defense, so that's a bit helpful there. Tanabata Goku unfortunately can't stack. He's already kind of done his thing. He's already kind of done. But it is what it is. I'm not too worried about that. Goku will... Yeah, we'll give you the 3 warps there, because that should give him dodge chance. Alright. So... Let's see here. Are we going to kill this turn? I actually don't know. I'm actually curious myself. I hope we do not get the kill. Ooh, wow, we're actually doing damage. Was that my 5 dodge there? I think that was my 5 dodge, the proc there. That's interesting. Alright, so... GT Duo, they're going to be killing it. Again, the GT Duo, I will say, I don't think they're bad. By any stretch of the imagination, I think there are quite a few A-tier units that still can hold up in the current metas and in like newer difficult content. But I think, you know, it's just, it has to be said that they're just not the leading forefront kind of units that you want to trust here. Wow, okay, Bojack, did Bojack just do both? No, he just sealed them. Okay, who did he lock? Oh, he locked, okay. The Z Duo being locked is, it's kind of annoying. It's not the worst thing in the world, I guess, but it is definitely annoying. I'll put Gohan there in the middle, I guess. Gohan does have guard, so that's the nice thing there. In the Z Duo, they do have at least their ability to super. Was that the right move to put them in? Yeah, I mean, because they were built up, so the 50% damage reduction is still going to be better than Gohan, what he could do. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Okay, I feel, again, I feel like, I don't know if the game is listening to me here. At first it was Turles, now it's Bojack. They're just trying to embarrass me here. And I'm getting embarrassed. Like, this is tough. I think, though, I actually hope we can make it. I think we should make it through this, and I hope we do, because if I'm not mistaken, Piccolo is next, and we should be in a position to get the heal. And at least if I'm not mistaken, that's how his mechanic works, is like when you rotate into his rotation or his turn, then you get the full heal, and in our case, we'll be getting, you know, full HP and like extra damage reduction and stuff like that. So that's what I'm hoping for. I think we should get it. Actually, while I have a chance, maybe I should just go and double check Piccolo's kind of kit here. The ones that I will say, I've enjoyed playing JP Dokkan for a while now. Obviously, we do have the sync up coming, so for global players and JP players, I think it's like a matter of like which account you have better at this point. You know, if you want to keep multiple accounts, by all means. But if you're just trying to pick and choose one, then at this point, whichever one is your better account, you just go with that one. I've been enjoying JP for the better part of like 4 years or so overall. And I've had my like on and off moments where like, you know, the game is just dead and like I just choose not to play it, or like I have other things going on. But I will say the one thing I've still not managed to like master is the ability to read JP Dokkan. Like, I know like you look at Truth and some of those other cats, they know what the hell they're like reading on this game. They know everything that's being on this game. Obviously we did get Piccolo's thing here, and actually I will read it in a sec. But obviously those guys, they know how to read JP. I still need to work on my craft there. I need to work on my game, because man, I am struggling sometimes to read these passives, but it is what it is, right? Alright, so Piccolo, yeah, the thing about Piccolo is once he does receive 7 or more attacks in battle, then he can get the HP recovery and additional 30% damage reduction once the start of the turn kind of benefits him. But okay, so it has to be like HP below 30%. So that's fortunate for us. I thought it was below 20%, to be honest. So I was a bit worried that we weren't going to get there based on how much health we were at when Gohan was getting hit. But thankfully it didn't matter. Obviously we got that damage reduction. So now not Goku, now Piccolo, he's going to be doing much better now. Unfortunately, or actually no, not unfortunately, I think now he's going to be at 50% damage reduction himself. So that's actually really good. I will say, I know I was saying I don't think the 8th years are bad at all. I do think Orange Piccolo is still better, and there's a particular reason why, and I think everyone kind of knows why, but it's the fact that Piccolo is a part of superheroes. Like, that's the only real reason I have to justify why I think he's better, and that is the reason I'm going to say why I think he's better, is because, yeah, like, the 8th years, I would say their kits are a bit more improved overall. Obviously, you know, the fact that the GT Duo, they only have to worry about doing supers 5 times, and they will get their damage reduction 50%. Piccolo, you kind of have to wait and see what kind of position you're going to be in to get the right HP thresholds and everything to work, so that you do get that extra HP recovery and everything. So yeah, I would say the 8th year, they have their better kits, but you know, the fact that right now superheroes is by a large part, like by a wide margin, the best category in the game, and Piccolo synergizes well with Beast Gohan, you know, I think that's just a big reason why he's still, in my opinion, better. I do think once superheroes falls off, if it will fall off, which actually I say if it will fall off because the game is probably going to start going to different directions. But when they do fall off, then Piccolo will definitely have to like be called into question, I think, as the final option. I personally would not be running with him on some of my superhero teams if I had better options like the Gogeta or the Gammas. But it is what it is. You got to make do with what you can have. You know, obviously, it is still a dominant category, even if you don't have 1 or 2 units. Like, I don't have that Gogeta. I don't have 9th Anniversary Gamma 1 or 2. You know, I don't have... Or I was going to say I don't have Broly, but Broly doesn't fit into superheroes per se. He fits more into, I believe, Miraculous Awakening, which is under Beast Gohan's leader skill. But, you know, even in terms of the superhero side of things itself, I am missing, like, a couple units. Like, I don't have into Vegeta and Trunks, who aren't exactly that cracked anymore, but they would be a pretty nice unit to have, of course. So, not having all those units, you know, still being able to kind of make do and, like, really kind of handle things, I would say is a big thing here. Ooh, we're actually at... I was going to say we're at 15 million defense. I misread that bio very bad. I need my I am wearing my glasses, actually. I don't know why I said I need my glasses. It's right in front of me. But, yeah, so I definitely misread that. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put... I mean, I was going to say I'm going to put Tanabata, but they're just stuck there. But I'm going to leave Piccolo, is what I mean, off rotation, kind of let him float around. I don't think it's going to be... The thing about this is actually, we're doing really good, but once we get past Bojack, we're into Janemba. And Janemba can cook us, and then once Janemba... Even if we get past Janemba, Broly is going to spank us. Like, Broly is not going to enjoy seeing old units in his face. So... It's not going to be a great time. I will say that. I know it's going to be a brutal time. We'll see what we can do, though. I mean, usually when I try to, like, kind of go through these events and see what, like, the hard part is, it's usually by Janemba that the actual kind of event really starts to become difficult for me personally. But we'll have to see, because obviously we're going to kill Bojack now, so we'll see kind of what we can do. I have to think what our rotation is. I believe it's... I should have checked, actually, and we might see it. No, we won't see it because we'll have the KO screen. That is still a gorgeous KO screen. Just the smile alone, just really awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, it's double GT Duo there. So that's actually kind of nice. Both should have their... Actually, you know what I should have done is I probably should have put the God Goku in the front there, just because he could have dodged maybe some of those things, but it is what it is. I think we should be okay. Hopefully, yeah, we're tanking that, and then these guys, they're only at 11 mil. I mean, to be fair, they're not having all of their links activated. I don't recall God Goku being a good link partner for the 8th tier GT duos, but 10 mil still, you know, these guys haven't really been able to stack too much as I would have liked there. So it is what it is, though. We'll just have to make do again with that. Oh, huh. Ooh. Oh wait, I think he dodged us. Wait, I was excited for a sec because I was thinking, I'm like, oh man, we dodged him, but I don't think my friend unit here has a dodge on him. Will this hurt? We did do some supers, please. Okay, actually, that was good. That was good. That could have been a lot worse. Once we get into... Okay, so the thing about this is, you know, obviously we do have that kind of rage form against Janemba. And once that happens, the thing about him is he does lose damage reduction. I'm actually having the... And the way I'm able to double check is because I'm reading the actual kind of event breakdown here. But he does gain defense, and he does gain attack. Those are the two kind of like scary things about him. The other kind of flip side is he does lose a tidbit of damage reduction. And I guess he is able to be sealed. That's the nice thing. But other than that, you know, I'm still kind of worried. I mean, Janemba can still probably cook my ass right now. And it would not even be like a joke. It would just be complete and utter pain. But we'll see how far we can go again. That's the whole point of this, and seeing just how well the 8th years kind of stack up. You know, I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, and I probably will say this at the end, but if you enjoy if you guys, you know, whoever's watching this, if you guys are enjoying this kind of vids, just seeing how old units kind of measure up, you know, hit a like button, of course, you know, subscribe if you would like to see more vids like this, hopefully in the future, and then also, you know, comment down below. I'd love to see what other kind of units you would like me to try out. I don't have all the units, I will say that, you know, I gotta be, like, perfectly honest, right? I don't have all the units. I wish I did, I just don't. And that's just, I guess, the burden of the way that the game works as a gacha game. And for my case, you know, I'm free to play, so you have to be extra careful in my position, like, oh, where I want to summon and all that. I try to be impulsive where I can, because I'm immature. But it is what it is, you know. I say it is what it is a lot. I'm going to have to come up with some other slogans in those positions there. But the thing is, yeah, so I just don't have all those units. So, you know, comment down below if you guys like these types of vids, you know, what other units you would like to see me kind of take on with this kind of event or other events, you know, and let me know what kind of challenges you would like me to take on. I'd love to hear from you guys, obviously, and kind of build a community of within Dokkan. I know Dokkan is kind of a niche, like, not a niche, I mean, all games are a niche in a sense, but it's a smaller niche in comparison to some of the bigger, not just mobile games, but also just bigger games in general. But that being said, you know, I really do enjoy the community. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you guys who are part of the community as well have found some nice homes in there. And obviously, you know, overall, I am kind of rambling here, but I do think, you know, it would be awesome to kind of just build another community in and of itself within, obviously, everyone here who does get a chance to watch the vid. Goku, please do not die. Oh my god. Alright. I was not expecting that. Alright, so that's actually going to end the first part of the kind of trial there. So we did lose 2 of our 4 runs, but that's okay. You know, what we're going to do is we're going to take the second better variant. And actually, the thing about the better variant is, I'm going to say right now, I'm taking off Tanabata Goku. I was actually going to... So here's the thing. I was going to take Tanabata Goku because I wanted to not cheat. And what I mean by that is, I could easily just, you know, go ahead and say, take Battle of Fate, take Power Wishes, which are the 2 categories I picked, right? Run separately. I could take Beast Gohan. That would be like a free cheat code that just kind of let me just take over. And I kind of wanted to do that. At the same time, I did not want to do that. So actually what I will do is I was going to avoid doing something like that. And then I realized how quickly Tanabata Goku got his ass kicked. So we're going to make things easier on ourselves. You know, we're going to make things a bit more fun. I forget if Broly does have the chance to AoE, but I'm just going to take Vegito here. And that should cover the kind of future thing with the Worldwide Celebration Vegito. And then, you know what? Yeah, let me take Beast. Let me take Beast, and I'm going to take also the 9th tier EZA MUI there. You know what? I was going to take... I was going to try to see if I can mix things up, but no, I'm going to take the same kind of leads here. So we'll see how that goes this time. Again, you know, now that Beast is in the picture, it will be almost like a Beast showcase alongside... It will be a Beast showcase alongside, low-key, maybe, the GT. I'm actually going to try to float off Beast here. I don't want Beast to take over already. I want Beast to kind of... I want him to chill for a bit. Plus, we should be okay. I mean, we should have... Yeah, we should have Guard, so that's going to help us for the first few turns with the Worldwide Celebration, Goku and Vegeta. And then, the stats are not there, obviously. I mean, mine's only 69%, so... It is what it is. I mean, if I got more copies, that would be really good. This unit is definitely one where... Even on release, I think people were saying this already, but it is definitely one of those units where the more copies you have, the better it will serve them. But obviously, in my case, only 1 extra dupe on it, it's not going to help too much in comparison to just having a maxed out Goku and Vegeta. I forget, actually, I should have checked also. Maybe I can actually check right now if I can just kind of look up to the side here. But I should check who is a great linking partner, rather, for the GT Duo, because the thing about the GT Duo is their best linking partner for me earlier was the Z Duo, which they are no longer on this team, so that does kind of hurt in terms of what I can kind of combine for my options. Oh yeah, okay, so my best options for linking partners were the Z Duo, the Tech LR Gogeta, who is, I think at this point, almost 3 years old, if not 3 years old at this point, and is a mess right now in terms of a unit for the hard content. STR Super Vegeta, which I probably could have taken, but he doesn't fit the leads and all that stuff, and some other Super Saiyan units. So yeah, that's not great. I was hoping he would have a better kind of linking combination with the Blue Duo there. MUI, yeah, we're gonna let MUI stay in the front here, because MUI, the thing about him is he gets guaranteed dodge in the first kind of appearance, the first turn of his appearance. We're gonna use that to our advantage, of course, you know, because also MUI, the thing about him is not only does he have that guaranteed dodge, he's getting stronger attack and defense-wise on his stats when he does dodge. So we do need that. Obviously, I think it caps out like 150%, I want to say, but obviously we do kind of benefit from having that in our corner as opposed to just letting him fall off to the wayside. Goku's actually, I was gonna say Goku's gonna do some crazy damage. He's actually not, is the thing. Not yet, anyways. But he did get the kill here, so obviously, yeah, in comparison to before, we already kicked the shit out of Turles. So, bye-bye, you freaking piece of crap. Turles, I'm pissed at Turles, because I'm still thinking about that freaking first go-around where he just destroyed me. I'm still pissed about that. GT Duo, I'm actually gonna... Let me just double check the links here. I'm gonna leave... For the initial period, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna float off the GT Duo. I'm gonna let Goku and the Blue Duo kind of stack and kind of get a bit stronger, and use that to my advantage there. And then, obviously, you know, once we get a bit later into it, we'll see just how good the GT Duo can kind of measure up. Obviously, we'll have that extra security from Goku's and his dodges. The Blue Duo should be able to become Vegito Blue, so that'll be nice, of course, on our side of things. And then we'll have on the other side Beast Gohan doing his thing, MUI doing his thing. I have to double check. I don't really know who would be the main kind of like weak link. I guess, arguably speaking, it could be the 8th year EZA Vegito, or I guess honestly it could be... I mean, pre-transform, Goku and Vegeta Blue, they could be a weakness. Because once they lose that guard and stuff, and if they're in the wrong position, you know, once Bojack comes into play and he locks them, and they're not in, like, first slot or whatever, yeah, they could get exposed, they could really cause some problems for me. Are they going to cause problems for me now? They already are starting to take slight damage, so that, yeah, kind of proving my point there. They could become a liability until I get them to, like, their Vegito kind of side of things. Other than that, though, yeah, I don't think there's really any major weaknesses in this team. I guess the GT Duo themselves are the big weakness, the big factor there, the big kind of question mark. And then, aside from them, I guess the only other unit that could be in danger would be Vegito. But Vegito, the thing about him is... Tech Vegito, I'm putting him on rotation, like, every single chance I get. So, it should be okay. I don't think there should be any issues. We'll have to see, of course. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are certain Red Zone Broly stages where there are AoEs. I don't think this one has that. I don't think Broly does AoEs. And I am hoping I am not wrong, because if he does, I am going to be very depressed. But we should be okay, I think, otherwise. And actually, let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, so it does not look like he... Because he does have damage and attack defense... Or he disables attack and defense down, which most difficult bosses do. The ceiling and the stun immunity, that's perfectly normal, I guess. But I am trying to see if he has the AoEs. Let me see how it compares to the other Broly, because I know the other Broly event does have all enemies damage, which... Yeah, so Broly shouldn't do an AoE, I don't think, which, if that is true, and I hope it is, we'll be fine then. Alright, sweet. Okay, I'm hoping I did not misread what I just tried to look up here, because, again, like, if I misread that, I'm going to be very sad. But until then, nice, we got the Dragon Fist kill there. Alright, Vegito Blue. Alright, sweet. Now, Vegito Blue actually, you know, post-DCA, I think he's still actually decent. The thing about him and the Gogeta is those 5th years that became 8th year EZAs, they can get exposed. Like, no question, they can get exposed. But, that being said, great linking partner for the Blues. So I'm actually gonna... You know what? Yeah, I'm actually gonna do this. And I'm gonna see what happens. It's gonna be a test on... I'm not gonna waste all that key orbs. It'll be interesting. I'm curious to see... We actually should be... Ooh, oh wait. I made a mistake. Oh god, this is gonna bite me in the ass, isn't it? This is gonna bite me. They need to dodge, and they should be able to dodge, but if we die here to Cooler, after getting the quote-unquote, not even the quote-unquote better team, the literal better team, like we have Beast in here, and we have MUI. Okay, whew. My heart stopped for a good minute there. My heart stopped for a good minute. I might have passed out if we died there. Oh man. Alright, so Vegito, the good thing about him at least is he's going to be able to dodge. So, I don't have to worry about him. Gaku, I'm not too worried about Gaku. He should be dodging as well. And plus, even if he doesn't dodge, we do have Guard active. So that's going to benefit him as well. Oh yeah, that's right. Cooler has a countdown mechanic, which I really don't care. I mean, I don't really think it's a big deal. I mean, watch me say that, and not Broly, but watch me say that, and Cooler's just about to kick my ass. Because somehow he's just going to have his super ready, he's going to do that insane damage, and it's just going to be painful. Okay. Another additional? Nice. 7 mil already, okay. Goku being able to stack is actually a really big plus for me, because, again, the thing about this event that I said earlier, the great thing about it is it's great for stacking units, and unfortunately now, we don't have that many not great, but we don't have that many stacking units. There are only maybe like 2 or 3, I would say. I am gonna... You know what? I'm going to let MUI take the brunt here. I'm going to trust the dodge mechanic here. And under normal circumstances, I would be letting Beast take on all of that damage in the first slot there. I would let him just kind of... Oh, God. Ooh, that could have been a mistake. My hope is we don't get the revive trigger. That's my hope. Because I want to keep MUI available to us in the event that we do need it. But I also don't want to use it right now. It's kind of like a... it's kind of balancing between two kind of options here. But we should be able to get the kill. That's one thing we should be able to do this turn. If he will dodge, that would be great. It's crazy because MUI took on 2 hits there for some good damage, and obviously, you know, the whole meme, I guess, around dodge mechanics is like, oh, you have 70% chance to dodge, but that's 30% chance to die. It's like, okay. Like, I've seen that in other RNG games or other, like, kind of gacha games where it's like, you have this however many percentage chance to proc something or to have something happen in your benefit. And then at the same time, you know, people, like, a good example, I guess, would be, like, any sort of gacha game where it's, like, double drop events or something like that. And then someone would be like, oh, well, 2 times 0 is still 0. Like, okay. Like, yes, your math is correct. Congratulations. But, like, that doesn't change the fact, and actually, while I'm doing this, let me just transform to Vegito Blue here. Ooh, we got the active. I forgot what Vegito Blue does. That I'm going to say right now, I forgot what Vegito Blue does. So I probably should double check that. Ooh, man. Okay, the thing is, I really don't want to leave Vegito in the front. He can be okay for now. I don't want to leave him long term. I'd rather him just be the dodge unit. Nice, okay, we got the dodge there. So, you know, like, yeah, I'm fine with people being like, oh yeah, well 2 times 0 is 0, and like, yeah, congratulations, your math is correct. But at the same time, like, the fact that you can have a 70% chance to dodge, and especially, you know, like, in these sorts of difficult events, I know Truth says the same argument, along with other, you know, a lot of other people who kind of are on the side of supporting dodge mechanics, but, you know, the idea that you still have a majority of, out of 100% chance of something happening, you have a better chance of avoiding it than taking it, I would take that 100% of the time. I would rather take the 70% chance to dodge 100% of the time than some other sort of weird thing going on. So, you know, I mean, I really don't get the hate on dodge mechanics, other than the fact that people are like, oh, I'm really upset because this is supposed to be a dodge unit and they only have a % chance to dodge and I happen to get unlucky. That's my take on it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a crazy take or like a hot take. I mean, it's a well-established perspective. I think both sides of the dodge kind of meta or the dodge kind of mechanic, like both sides of that perspective have been kind of well-established and already elaborated upon, you know, between like people like Truth who I wouldn't say love dodge, but they defend dodge because they know it's a decent mechanic, if not a good mechanic, and when it works insanely well and to a lot of people's benefit. And obviously you have the other side of it. I don't know. I wouldn't really say I know who represents the other side well because I'm not really familiar with Dokkan on Twitter. But I know there's obviously a lot of people who make the take about how dodge is just not something that's good because at the end of the day we still lose. So I'm not really gonna pick sides on it too much other than what I've already said. I will still take the chance to dodge. I get that it sucks when you don't dodge and like MUI there. He took serious damage and I actually was scared for a sec because once he took that first hit, I thought he was going to take a second and third hit and it was just going to be over for us. But, you know, the fact that he still has a more likely chance to dodge, like, why would I not want that, you know? And obviously, you know, if we're talking about something like Goku and Vegeta, the blue duo, they definitely need their dodge because at least pre-Vegito, they are not, I would say, a major trustworthy unit long term. So there's just a lot of things that go into it, I guess. Obviously, and right now actually I need to double check what Vegito Blue does because we are going to be looking at him in the next slot here. So he does have that bonus key and 250% to stats, does have all the attack damage, reduces damage before attacking. Yeah, so I do want to put him slot 1. Okay, yeah. That's good. The bad thing is Vegito. I am not happy about, because the thing is Vegito Blue links well with the Tech Vegito Blue. And I'm glad for that. I'm not glad for the fact that Tech Vegito basically has to be on the second slot then. Like, I'm not happy about that whatsoever. So, oh well, just gotta make do with what we got, I guess. So, here's what it is. Hope you guys are having a good time, obviously. I'm looking at the audio recording right now, so I know we're like at 40-ish, almost 50 minutes, and maybe there's a portion where I'll cut out, maybe, like, cause I'm pretty sure I made like 1 or 2 blunders or something. I'll probably like cut some stuff together and make it a bit more tight and neat. A bit more tight and neat is what I meant to say. Ooh. Well, alright, they forced my hand. I mean, they literally left me no choice. I guess we're gonna have to put Vegeta's gonna have to be there. Oh yeah, wait, I was about to say, like, why is the Dokkan attack on him? I went stupid there for a sec. He has the super, it's Beast Gohan that doesn't have the super. Beast, unfortunately, I have not given much love to, and, you know, the fact that I've not given to... Oh... Okay, you know what? That's Beast looking at me dead in my face and saying, if I don't show him some freaking love, I am going to lose this fight. That's what he's trying to tell me right now, and I understand, Beast. I'm sorry. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll treat you better. I'll treat you better. I promise. You know, I put Beast off rotation for the most part of this fight, and obviously, you know, I said earlier I don't want Beast to kind of take over, and that's literally the reason. Like, I don't want Beast to kind of carry and detract from the fact that we're looking at the GT duo. And to be fair, this has become more so just a general team kind of vid as opposed to a GT duo. I'll actually probably have to start bringing in the GT duo again. But thankfully, as a whole, we've been able to kind of see a lot of units kind of come through and like kind of do their thing. GT duo is no exception. Obviously, they've been able to get their damage reduction up. They've been getting their attacks up. I think the friend one got 10 mil just a moment earlier, so that's really helpful when we're trying to survive and we're trying to get far in an event meant to just be a war of attrition. Alright, Vegeta Blue, unfortunately, my friend, you are going to have to be rotated off, but that is okay because you should be a dodge god in the 3rd slot, and I want to see you pull this off. Once you're done supering, I have no problem with the supering. Keep doing you, fam. Keep doing you, king. Dodge. Oh, okay, we're tanking. We're tanking. Let's see supers. We're okay. Nice, nice, full health. Ooh, what is that? What is that? Oh, wow. That is a hoeing, is what that is. That is a complete and utter hoeing. But at the same time, you know, we do have UI taking all those hits, potentially, so... Dodge meta? I mean, come on, dodge, fingers crossed, right? I don't know if... I don't know if the YouTube curse is real. Oh, that... are we gonna die? I have no clue here. Because we didn't get any additional stacks right now. Oh. Alright. Well, I think, yeah, that's probably a good way to cut off. Alright, so, that's gonna do it for, obviously, for the vid, guys. You know, if we're gonna just kind of give a quick recap, you know, looking at the 8th year GT duo, if I can find them, there we go. Looking at them, they were able to kind of hold their own for a fair bit of the fight, depending on certain situations and where you kind of put them, and obviously who they had for linking partners. Unfortunately, I mean, the fact of the matter is when it comes to like the new 9th anniversary meta, they just don't have the ability to stack up like they once did back when they were on release and everything during the 8th year. It is what it is, though. I don't think anyone's really kind of expecting them to be those top tier kind of units again and be those guys, but you know, that being said, it was still fun to see how far they could go. It was definitely a bit further than I thought. I actually didn't think we would get to Janemba. I thought we were going to get probably beat by Bojack, and especially after Turles kicked her ass that first time, I really thought we weren't even going to get probably up to Bojack the way it was going. But in any case, again, that's going to do it for the video, guys. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe for more content like this in the future, and comment down below if you guys would like to see any sort of challenge like this in the future, and also comment down below with that what sort of units you would like me to try out in those challenges. Thank you guys again for watching the video, and I'll see you all in the next one, guys.